Oddmar had to admit it. Without that strange monster he'd been chasing, he was lost.
Oddmar,
the creature whispered as he snuck up on him from behind. Oddmar was startled, but quickly slammed the creature to the ground. He had finally caught the creature and demanded, "Tell me where you've taken my people, goblin."
Do I look like a goblin to you?
The creature replied. Oddmar became even more enraged.
Okay.
"Look," the creature said nervously.
I don't know where they've taken him, and I don't know who did it. I don't know why you would even care. There's an elder deep in the forest. He knows everything that happens here. If they're in the forest, he'll know. Just down the river.
"All right, but if you're lying, you know I can catch you again," said Oddmar as he released the creature.
Ooh, a Viking hut. It was strange there was one so deep in the forest. Could this be the place the goblins spoke of? Perhaps inside there were answers. The hut was abandoned. All that remained was a book. Although Oddmar was never one for reading, he opened it. Inside the book it read, Diary of Vaskar, the Disgraced.
Could his old friend still be alive? With Oddmar's parents gone, Vaskar took Oddmar in. Despite this huge responsibility at such a young age, Vaskar had impressed the chief and become a promising young warrior. The chief was so impressed, he decided Vaskar was to lead the Vikings into the forest for the first time. Vaskar went to the forest alone to prepare. But the more he went out there, the less he wanted to hurt anything within it. He begged the chief to reconsider, but the chief was not a very thoughtful man. When Vaskar refused to lead the charge, he was labeled a traitor and was banished. Much time passed, and a fairy visited Vaskar. A great threat to the forest was looming, and her people were in danger. She knew she could trust him with the great power to save the forest. He had no idea he was to fight the god of chaos. Vaskar was almost victorious, but Loki, in desperation, turned Vaskar's own powers against him. He was cursed, but Loki was driven from the forest for now. The curse was quickly consuming Vaskar, but the fairy could not help. Loki's hold on the forest and their magic was still too tight. The fairy asked if there was anyone else who could help. Vaskar was reluctant to put his friend in danger, but he had no choice. Oddmar always asked himself why he never went out there, why he was too scared to try and help his friend as he had helped him. He often thought about that. But where was Vaskar now? Perhaps his aunt laid further down the river. cranky elder had been woken up by Oddmar and was eager to get back to sleep. "I'm sorry I woke you up," said Oddmar, "but I need your help to find my people."
"The gods entrusted the forest to your people,"
the elder replied.
"but you destroy it for your own gain. Why should I, the great elder of the forest, help you?"
Oddmar didn't know how to respond and felt ashamed. "The forest goblin," Oddmar uttered. "He told me that you had answers. Please help me." The elder paused. He knew that the creature Oddmar was referring to had made a great sacrifice to protect the forest. He decided to help Oddmar.
"Underneath the great mountain, there is a powerful golem,"
explained the elder.
"It will not help you willingly, but it has the key to the gate between worlds."
Oddmar's spirits were lifted and asked the elder, "Between worlds? Will I find my people there? Do you know where Vasker is?" The elder yawned, closed his eyes and muttered,
"I grow tired, Viking. I'm not used to speaking this much."
The elder fell into a deep slumber, and Oddmar was on his way.
Oddmar thanked the squirrel. He had taken him very far. Perhaps he could find help in this village. The village was deserted. Could Oddmar be the last Viking in all of the land? If he failed, would he be destined to walk alone until the end of his days? Oddmar had heard stories as a child of the beast of legend that lurked below the water. But unless disturbed, that is where it would stay. The Kraken! It was real! Perhaps the chief's wish would come true.